Well, because I'm 2 hours ahead, and then I had to hop on a plane.
Yeah. Save it for the podcast, Shazia.
Oh, gosh.
I just got back in on Monday. Yeah.
Where are you? Oh, okay.
I came from Toronto.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. And with the daylight savings.
I love
Can I see
it.
the angles already? Cool.
I love it when it stays brighter later.
Could I see Pritesh real quick?
Yeah,
Me too. Don't get like.
Yeah, it's fine.
We were talking about the gray skies. I didn't see
yeah,
the
maybe a
sun
little bit in
for
case he
2
sits up.
weeks in Canada.
Wait, hold
last-
on really quick. Names again.
Genevieve.
Genevieve.
Pritesh.
Pritesh. Tarun. All right. I'm good.
Genevieve.
Genevieve, yeah.
I love how you say it properly.
I know. Yeah. I'm picking up one that goes by Genevieve tomorrow morning.
All right, I'm going to
Oh
start.
no, it's fun.
I think you have a hair.
I do? Is it going to show up?
That's from my chest. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Wow, you saw that.
What's going on, guys? My name's Tarun Shetty. Welcome to another edition of the Convo Sutra. Here with another fantastic episode. We have a new panelist sitting in and a very special guest, one of my personal favorites. How about we do a quick intro for audio listeners?
I'm Genevieve Dube, a French-Canadian comedian, actor, and disappointment to my parents.
There's four of us here for this.
All right. Hi, I'm SHAZIA PASCAL. I'm an actor and I guess a model it's, for a lot of my career, and I'm a menace to Tarun.
Yes.
That's perfect. I'm Pritesh, Shah, actor, comedian, producer, and on this bad boy.
Shazia just flew in from Texas and we just got her. So I coordinated this entire day around Shazia, one of my dearest friends, and Genevieve, who I met at a comedy club last year. And I'm glad you're sitting on the podcast.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. I'm excited.
How'd you meet? How do you guys know each other?
Shazia?
Yeah. I know you said you guys are good friends, but how'd you meet?
Shazia has helped me so much over the years. I was a talent booker initially for Showbiz India, and I booked you on Showbiz India, which you don't know this though. But when I got to LA, your billboard was on Sunset Boulevard, like your Coors Light billboard, and I remember who's that amazing looking girl. And then I don't know if you know this, but we had your photo up in the office at Showbiz India at one point. And we were like, guys,
What? Why?
I
Voodoo
don't know.
style?
It was just up there.
Total stalker.
And I was like, what hot girls can I book on Showbiz India? And I would just call up random people. And then
Fantastic.
And I picked up.
Good to know, Tarun.
and Shazia came on and she was so amazing. And then I remember calling you and I was like, Shazia, I want to do this web series called DCOC. And she was in and she was hilarious. She's so funny. She's probably the funniest actress. Sorry, Genevieve, but Indian actress. And she was in DCOC, and that did really well on YouTube. You can watch episodes of Shazia. I made a movie called Bobby Khan's Ticket to Hollywood. She was a bad guy in that, but she's beautiful, but she also plays very confident, smart roles. I hope you saw that in your characters I wrote for you.
You did. So, I think you understood me better than anyone has, actually, as far as my talents and what I could do as an actor.
Yeah.
So thank you.
No, thank you. Yeah. I mean, you helped me out so much. That's how I know her.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So it's been a while. You've been in her for a while.
20 years?
20 years, I think.
Maybe
That's
a little bit more.
amazing.
Yeah.
No, I say that because we've had other guests on Ugam and people like that where I don't take those friendships for granted, especially in this business. If you have long-term friendships in this business, it's very valuable.
Oh, it's very
fleeting.
rare. It's
so
extremely rare.
Yeah.
Yeah, because people are just there for a moment and then they're gone.
Yeah.
Or they move on and they forget about you, right?
Exactly.
Like they go up the ladder and they're like, bye, see you later. But I think it's very important to stay friends with people that you meet along the way. And I make a real effort to do that.
But you've had a flourishing career outside of things I've done. You've done so many things, pilots. I mean, you're on Disney's Descendants now. Which is, you were on a Hallmark movie last year. You continue to work even though you don't live in LA, which is a sign of success.
Wait. So you live in Texas?
I live in Texas now, even though I'm from Los Angeles, spent 40 plus years of my life here. I've decided to move to Texas and
Where at?
I'm right outside of Houston I won't say where.
What brought you there?
It was COVID and I just thought, what is life like outside of Los Angeles? This is all I've ever known. And we thought, okay, we're somewhere in the middle. And Texas is in the middle of the United States, and you can still get everywhere. There's a big international airport there. So my husband is a very international person. So we decided to be in Texas. And I thought I would only be there for a year, but here we are. It's been way over a year.
She's Canadian.
Very cool.
Canadian girly.
You like LA?
I love LA. I live part-time here, part-time in Canada. I'm technically French Canadian, speak French. It's one of my first languages, kind of learned both at the same time. Definitely different than Texas.
Very much so.
It's basically a frozen desert though. So same vibe, but just very cold in the winter. I just got here on Monday as well. And same thing. I was up in the middle of the night, Toronto time, which I got up at like 3:30 a.m. Toronto time, which is 12:30 a.m. LA time, and I didn't sleep for like 24 hours.
Yeah.
I get the struggle.
The struggle is real.
The struggle is real. And I have 5 self-tape requests
You do?
Yay.
between last night and landing.
That's great.
So I don't know where I'm going to film those.
They do them
or
here.
You can do self-tapes here. They do film
how.
self-tapes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I might be over here again.
Hey, shout out to You Podcaster Studios. I want to give them a quick shout out. They've been instrumental in helping us do this podcast. So I want
Great
to give
quality.
them.
So I ask you, what was your, since you grew up in LA, right? What's the culture shock, or what was like when you moved to Texas? What was the things that stood out, things that you like, things that you miss about? Because it's different cultures. So I'm curious.
Oh, completely.
Yeah. So what would you say?
Oh,
like
it's
the pros and cons?
absolute culture shock. I mean, you're living in LA. Everyone's an artist. Everyone's a creator.
Yeah.
There's gorgeous people everywhere. Not to say there are beautiful people in Texas, but
Not
it's
as many.
different.
Let's be honest. Not as many. Let's just be real. Yeah.
It's a different
Yeah.
style of beauty and aesthetic and what they consider beautiful. And I noticed that there's also like people get dressed up to go out there,
Yeah.
like to
In
go to
Texas?
the grocery store,
In
right?
Texas, right?
Yeah,
Versus here.
They do?
Yeah, here you're
People dress like me at like a 5-star restaurant right now.
yeah,
It's crazy here.
you know, you're in your workout clothes all the time here, or you're running around. You don't know who's, you know, a multi-billionaire by the way they dress, but you certainly know in Texas.
You know, it's interesting because I lived in Florida for like a year and a half, and the physical upkeep was a lot different. Like people just don't give a shit, and you see people like on the verge of heart attacks. And out here, even though they dress bad, everybody's in immaculate shape.
Yes.
And speak for yourself, but yeah.
You look great. What are you
Yeah,
talking
you're
about?
amazing.
No, but
You're so fishing for compliments right now.
Florida, by the way, there's a Cisco truck outside of every restaurant. It's just deep fried everything everywhere.
How do you know that?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but it's the South. I mean, people eat so differently. I mean, we've talked about this on
Yeah.
other episodes. Like over here, I feel like I'm normal shape, and when I go to other states, they think I'm like jacked
Right.
because it's just I don't eat donuts every day.
Now he's fishing for compliments.
No, I'm not.
We
I'm
need
just
a
telling it like
therapy
it is.
session.
But it's true though, because like Texas, like I have family that live there, and they eat the way they eat and look at nutrition is very different.
Yeah.
Very different.
Texas is so vast, and I'm in a part of Texas that actually oddly does feel a little bit like Los Angeles or Westlake Village,
Good.
and people do keep up with their appearances, and it's very healthy. They hold Ironman there all the time.
that's
There's
awesome.
always a marathon. There's always there's tons of trails. I live like in the woods where people are out hiking, biking, lots of lakes, lots of fishing, lots of kayaking. So the active lifestyle does exist there, but nobody is in the business. So,
Do you like that?
you know, I like it and I don't. I miss community. I miss being able to have those conversations, you know, where here you walk in somewhere, you don't necessarily even say you're an actor. Or
Yeah.
if you do, everyone's like, cool. But over there, if I say I'm an actor, they're like, well, what have you been in? What have you done? You know, they're like, what is this? This is so foreign.
I remember going to Texas once for a bachelor party, and when you tell them that, they're not used to meeting anyone that's ever on TV. It's like a foreign world. We're like
Totally.
different people. LA, everyone's used to knowing someone.
My
Exactly.
stock is so much higher. When I was in Florida, I was like, oh yeah, I'm a
It's way
comedian. I've
higher.
done TV.
Yeah.
Here they're like, what's your IMDb star rating? I'm like, what?
Bro, in other places, you just need an IMDb, like one
Period.
credit, and
Yeah.
they lose their freaking mind. They lose their mind.
I think it's actually looked down upon if you're an actor. Like, well, if you're not famous by now, then you're.
You mean LA?
Yeah. like-
Yeah.
Yeah, in LA, no one
100%,
cares.
yeah.
LA's
Nobody
anonymous, yeah.
How did it feel flying into LA when you from Texas?
You know, a part of me feels like, oh, I'm coming home.
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird, because this is where I spent this is where all my memories are. It's where I spent my life. So
Did you grow up here?
I did. I grew up right outside of Pasadena in Glendora.
Wow, so that's a huge change. Like you're
Oh.
real LA. Most people
real
are
LA.
transplants, but you actually grew up here.
Oh, I shopped on Melrose for school clothes. Grew up going to Redondo Beach, Newport Beach, Venice Beach back in the 80s.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. It's changed a lot.
Yeah, has it really?
California, Southern California has changed a lot. It was like, it used to be like the Wonder Years, It was very wholesome. I think there are still pockets like that, but it's gotten a little rougher around the edges.
I went out 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, with some girls. I never go out with people. And the last time I was like, when did I go out? And I don't really drink at all. And I drank. Dad watches this. Anyways. And I was like, when was the last time I hung out with girls like that? And it was like with you and who's that other model friend, Sarah? We all hung out.
Oh, right.
And it was like Marlena or something. And I was like, that was the last time I actually like partied like this.
Oh, well, that's probably the last time I partied like that too, with Sarah and Marlena, whom I'm still friends with.
Okay.
Yeah. And they've both left California as well.
So what brings you to LA right now?
Well, my sister lost her home in the Altadena fires.
Oh, dang. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, and her car. So coming for some emotional support for her. And, it's always good to come back and see my friends. I have lifelong friends here, such as yourself. And so do my children. So they get to see their little homies. And
That's great.
yeah.
That was it's crazy it's already been over 2 months. That was so recent, all those fires.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm assuming there hasn't been any reconstruction done or anything like that, right?
Well, they just started clearing her street in Altadena, but it's going to be a really long journey because of all the hazardous waste that's into the ground, and they have to rebuild the infrastructure and all the wiring and the plumbing. And I think they're telling her it'll be 3 years.
Yeah, it's years.
And all the rentals went, like
So
they were
quick.
just all gone. It's like now an apartment in Hollywood is $6,000 a month.
They were like, it was crazy. There was this is a super high level, but there was a house that was for rent for $15,000, I believe, in Brentwood, and after the fires, it went for $29,000 a month.
It's crazy.
Because they're like, all these rich people have nowhere to go. They'll pay it.
The
They just need to
Palisades
get family
people,
somewhere.
they're like moving to Santa Clarita trying to find places. They were going in 10 minutes. My sister said if they didn't act on it within 10 minutes, it was gone if the listing came up.
But she's good. Her family's health. Everyone's safe.
Everyone's okay.
Okay.
It's just,
Yeah.
it's hard to imagine what you would
Yeah,
do
it's
in
brutal.
that situation. Yeah.
It was only 2 miles from me and close to him as well. I was ready to evacuate in Sherman Oaks.
Yeah.
Luckily, I was safe. But yeah, it was scary.
Yeah, very much so.
Genevieve was like, what are you talking about? I live in Canada.
It's like, who, what, where? What do you mean the snow didn't put out these fires? No, it's actually awful. I felt like my arms were cut off because I hold LA so dear to my heart. I honestly, when I come here, I only started coming here in early 2019 and spending, several months at a time here. And it quickly became home for me because there's something about making friendships here and spending Thanksgiving here because a lot of the people, as you said, are transplants. So there's something about the friendships you make from all over the world, especially all over America, obviously. They become your family because they're away from their family. So your friendships are just stronger here, I've found, as like a transplant. I know it's like the complete opposite situation for you right now. So it's like coming home in a different way. But I was devastated by it. I had friends that were really affected. I actually have a friend that was about to give birth to her second. She had a 2-year-old. Their house gone. Had to leave like the week that she was supposed to be in labor.
His name is Blaze.
Perfect timing, dog.
I think it's been long enough. I think
name's Blaze. Yeah.
there's enough distance.
Yeah.
It's
pretty
all right,
good.
Darren.
Come on.
It's a redhead.
dog's name's
It's
Ash.
a redhead. Yeah.
Wait, we already got canceled, bro. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
No, I do have a lot of empathy for people who lost their homes in the fire. I feel the opposite, though, with friendships here. I've been here for like 20 years, and we've talked about this. I feel like I have a lot of acquaintances, but I've got maybe like 3 or 4 really good friends.
I think
got
men and
lucky.
women friendship differently, though.
Maybe.
How do you friendship?
I think females are looking for, like, they're very open to immediate, like, crew girl bondage, right? Where men, you guys are a little bit more guarded and, like, don't share your feelings as quickly. And so I think establishing those deeper friendships could take
I'm
longer.
probably more on that end though, personally. I have a good crew. I'm the glue. I'm the one who plans everything, organizes events, have everyone come over. I make sure all the guys get together all the time because it's important. But I agree with you on that because like that's maybe my feminine side. But
I like it.
it's because I grew up in San Diego, so that's my family. But you know, people are so easy to move out of LA. For me, I'm like, my chosen family's here. Like 15 years. Like all my friends here mean a lot to me. They're not just friends. They feel like family to me. So that means a lot to me. It wouldn't be very easy for me to move. I'm not saying I won't. You don't know where life's gonna take you, right? But it's not I don't take that lightly. Especially as the older you get.
Should have prefaced that by saying that I kind of got lucky with some of the first people I met, and that I was immediately introduced to like the East Side, like Silver Lake, Echo Park area. I'm not a very like superficial person, and I met a lot of people that also weren't. They were just like people that are in the arts, you know, and we just bonded in that way, and they were just open to friendships. I actually find sometimes as women, it can be more difficult to create friendships as adults than guys who are just like, hey, you like this team? Yes, I am sick. And then like, there you go, like friends for life. I don't know.
I love your stereotype of guys.
Yeah, that was the best way.
Like neither of you are these guys.
This your
Be like,
team?
yo, Philly this year.
Is your team
sick.
dog? Yeah. Well, I think it depends. Look, in general, guy or girl, it's on you. It's on you, right?
Absolutely.
And like,
Yeah.
I think some people try to leave LA because they're complaining about LA. It's easy to complain about LA,
for
right? It's very
sure.
easy. But it's like, look, if you're an asshole here, you'll be an asshole in Kansas, and that's what you're going to attract, right? It's like if you
Totally.
call, like, you can find crappy people everywhere, and at a certain point, if that's all you're attracting, then you got to go look in the mirror. That's why I tell people.
Well, now I play the
yeah.
game more. I'm like, sometimes people aren't my friends, and I just know it's a game, like a giant Monopoly game. So I don't take things personally either. So it is what it is. But Shazia, I want to ask you about your the multicultural aspect of yourself, because when I was working with you, I felt like that was your superpower because you can kind of transform into any cultural identity.
Oh,
You can.
acting wise, yes.
lot of
I've
different
played
looks.
so many different
Yeah.
ethnicities. I've been, I was in a bunch of Telemundo commercials.
Also, you were in like a Mark Anthony video, right?
I was the love interest in a Mark Anthony video. I was in a Justin Timberlake.
She was in the movie The Hot Chick with Rob Schneider.
I was an Egyptian princess in that one. I just played Carlos Penavega's mom in that Christmas movie. I just played some
yeah.
crazy woman in a horror movie named Maeve.
What is your background, though?
I'm
What's your mix?
Pakistani.
100%.
100%. I speak Urdu. 100%.
That's so cool.
Wow, I thought you were mixed for sure.
Genevieve, I
No.
thought you were Pakistani too when I first
Yeah, I
saw
thought
you.
she was
Really?
too, for sure. 100%.
Easily mistakable.
How can you
I
mix
do
it?
tan well.
Yeah, exactly.
So in Texas, do people think you're Latina?
Yes. Yeah.
They're like, hola.
Yeah.
When you go out.
all the
Can you
time.
speak Spanish?
I wish I could. No.
Well, I thought you
should
said
learn.
you did the Telemundo commercials.
I actually did learn one script in Spanish for like a AT&T.
And horseback riding. Let's not forget that.
yeah,
She
'cause-
called me to tell me.
Oh yeah, I took like an actor's horseback riding camp, which was interesting. But yeah, I play a lot of different characters, different ethnicities. It works. I've just auditioned for Italian.
I can see talent easy
Yeah.
with you for sure.
And I played Princess Jasmine in Descendants, just cover
That's
the
so
whole
awesome.
Middle Eastern region.
I actually researched you because I know you so well. I was like, oh, I should actually look up Shazia so I just don't overlook stuff. Do you want to plug Mixing Karma real quick?
Oh, Mick, did you ever see that?
Actually, it's a movie like 15 years ago.
It was the most random film I shot up in Seattle, but it was like a mixed indie American.
It looks so horrible, I'll be honest with you. But it's
Listen,
hilarious.
if you haven't done a horrible film, are you
It
even
was
an
hilarious.
actor? Yeah.
There's
Did
no
you
idea.
watch it?
No, I watched the trailer.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think most people do more horrible stuff than good stuff. It's just like how many like
Well,
That's
you
my
learn.
career.
That's how you learn.
Let's just say that's my career. No, but if you look at anyone, even if you talk to like famous singers and rappers, they'll tell you how many songs no one heard or saw.
Exactly.
And then you think of the one big one that everyone wants to hear on the radio, right? So that's kind
Yeah,
of what the
I've
thing.
done a lot of those. Like we were talking, I had like a music video era. Like I was in a P. Diddy video, I was in an Ice Cube
P.
video.
Diddy's sensitive subject right now, Shazia.
I know.
Let's just take
We
it
have to
easy,
throw that out
okay?
first.
Let's take
So
it
that
easy.
we-
Did you go to any parties? Did you go to any P. Diddy parties?
I did not. I do
okay.
have a P. Diddy story, but it's not for here.
Don't worry about it.
Like, he's like, yeah, we're good.
Yeah, I think he knows. But no, I did have like this random, back when music videos were a thing. So now you got to imagine I've watched this industry change from the 90s, which is when I started. Total different ballgame to where it is now.
Yeah, and I think that's part of being in this business. Like you see it evolve. Like when I see like the stand-up comedy scene, I know that world really well. It's totally different. And I see a lot of older comedians struggle with social media and they get very angry. And I'm just like thinking, well, the market's changed, dude.
Yes.
It's you got to keep up. Otherwise you get left behind and it'll continue to change.
It will. And I see that all the time as well with actors my age who are still turning in, commercial auditions that are the old way of booking.
Yeah.
You don't book that way anymore. You can't sell a product, It's not about this. It's just about
Now it's natural.
authentic.
Yeah.
Just be yourself, and either you're right for it or you're not.
Yeah.
And it's not personal. You're either going to fit the brand or you're not. You don't need to sell yourself, and you don't need to sell the product.
So you're saying I can't sell a Ford F-150? Is that what you're saying? It's not the market in the Midwest?
The hat's
They don't see
giving.
people like me?
You know what? I could see you selling a Ford F-150.
Imagine it's like, bro, you'll just sell the Prius.
Well,
I've done like 5 Toyota commercials.
I would cast you more in a Prius.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would, perhaps.
You're not going to buy me selling a truck. I get it.
I don't know.
I'm from Texas. I see all kinds of people driving trucks.
Yeah.
It's not.
you drive a truck?
Not yet. No.
Then you're official. You get
will.
a truck, you are a Texan. It's over.
I agree, and we're on the verge, so we'll see.
So would you ever come back to LA?
I come back for work. I came back for the premiere of Descendants. I came back to see my friends. I still have like a lot of my holistic community here because that's a big part of who I am. It's like all the alternative medicine stuff because I did go to school for Ayurveda.
Yes.
And my peeps are here. So last year, I don't know if you remember, but when I was on your podcast last year, I had a terrible eye infection that went on for 6 months.
Shazia and I did our own podcast together. It was
We
on
did.
Zoom.
And they couldn't take care of it there. And I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm going to go see all my natural peeps in LA. 1 week.
Gone.
Gone.
What do you use?
I did leeches and ozone.
Okay.
So I'm really big.
I'm into all that stuff a lot.
Okay.
That's kind of how I roll. I don't like Western stuff if I can avoid it.
I'm going to see both of them this week. I'm going to go get my direct ozone done. And I mean, this is where they put it into your vein, not the dialysis kind, which is what basically they have in Texas, where they take your blood out, they run it through the ozone, put it back in. This one, he just like stabs me in the neck with the needle and just puts the ozone in. And then I go to my leech lady. I flew home the
leech
last
lady?
Yeah. I'm going to have lunch with her on Tuesday. She does all the celebrities. She does Demi Moore, and she works with all the plastic surgeons. You probably like she's
Yeah.
You're
her
so
leeches.
LA. I don't know how you moved there. You were so LA. I love
Yeah.
it. I got stabbed with ozone. I have my leech lady, and then
You're in Texas?
Avata pita.
I am. No, I'm like a Vata Kapha.
there you
yeah. I have that side of me, but yeah, I'm finding my holistic community in Texas. But when like crap hits the fan, am I allowed to say?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can you say whatever you want.
Genevieve wants
yeah.
to say something about you have a leech lady.
No,
Whenever I see you at a
no.
comedy club, you dress like a boy, so I can't even tell.
Yeah, Tarun,
what?
Tarun has mentioned multiple times that you dress like a man.
He's like on me about it. Like, what
She's
is it?
so
Do you
hot,
have?
and I
what
see
do
her
you
like in
mean?
comedy
Thank you
clubs, and you're so dressed
much.
down.
I like to dabble in like a Goosebumps t-shirt
Like
or
Goosebumps.
like
I thought it was a Pokemon
I
shirt.
have a
Goosebumps is
Pokemon
good.
shirt. I like an oversized t-shirt when I perform on stage. It's just more comfortable. I'm not worried about one of these big fellas popping out or being thrown around.
Well, you brought the big fellows
hitting
to work
me in the
today.
face.
Yeah,
because
thank you.
he literally texted me 3 times, do not dress like a 12-year-old boy. I'm like, what do you have? What do you have against 12-year-old boys, or are you trying not to get a...
No, I appreciate.
That's a bad joke.
I appreciate you coming on. Honestly.
Thank you so much. I appreciate being here.
You never tell me that. You just tell me what colors you're wearing so we don't clash.
Yeah, I just don't want to
He's
wear
like
the same.
dressed
I don't
like a
care what
Texan
you do to
trucker.
show up.
Well, you know,
You
that's
fit
what
the
I
part
do right
today.
there.
It looks like you have a
Okay.
shocker
Look
sticker
right
on the
there,
back of
honey.
your truck.
Yeah. I drive a hybrid pickup truck. It's the new small ones. That's probably that's what I could do a commercial on.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Shazia also lived in Switzerland.
I did.
Let's not forget that.
What?
You were modeling in Switzerland or something.
No, you modeled or you lived there?
Well, my husband was working there, so I
Her
was
husband's a
there.
spy. Let's be clear
Yeah,
about
what's
this.
her, like, you said he's international. I'm trying to figure out who this guy is. Very
International
mysterious
man.
right now.
He's Austin Powers.
He's very mysterious. No, he's half Scottish, half Caribbean. So he grew up in the
Shout out to
Caribbean
Stuart.
and Scotland. Yeah, shout out to Stuart. He's at below 5% body fat right now.
Oh, I love
no,
Stuart.
are you serious?
He's
That's
well, he did a
insane.
9-day water fast.
He's like Captain America. If you meet this guy,
No,
he's
but-
awesome.
Below 5%, you're getting into like super serious territory.
Well, he got keto rash from it, which his dermatologist totally nerded out on. Was like, dude, I've never ever seen anyone. He's like, so when's the last time you had food? He's like, 9 days ago. So
When did you say, what happened? What do you mean keto rash? You had like
you're in such deep ketosis
Yeah.
where your body is going through, it's like a vacuum. It's eating up all the bad toxins and it's eating
I
itself
can't
up,
do
basically.
that. Like,
Oh, I can't fuck with that.
I want to be in great shape, but there's a certain limit to what I will push my body to now. Maybe when I was
Yeah.
like 25, 30, I'd do that. But now, definitely not. I need my coffee in the morning. I need my caffeine. I need to eat certain things. I don't know.
I can't do it either, I have to say.
But you
There's-
always look great, honestly. You
Oh,
have,
thank
even
you.
after you had kids, you look like a model. I'm like, you've got those weird genetics where you always look good.
Well, let me ask you, when
It's
you
the
had,
Ayurveda.
did you put on a lot of weight when you were
Oh,
pregnant?
I was unrecognizable.
So you were
I
big.
delivered at 200 pounds. Yeah. But a lot of it was
Wait,
water
hold on,
weight.
Hold on, hold on.
Your face is like ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm-
Did you just say you were 200 pounds? No way. You're tiny.
I know.
200?
It was crazy.
thought
Yeah,
you
I
were
mean, my
messing with
kids were
200
they were
pounds.
10-pound babies. They were huge.
But she
so
lost the weight so quick.
But
though.
what did you do? What was your post birth? What was your? Did you go straight working out? Did you go on a strict diet? Like
No,
how'd
it was
you lose the weight?
breastfeeding. Yeah, because you burn so many calories breastfeeding.
I need to start doing that though.
Yeah, you gotta really.
I'm gonna
tried.
get jacked.
I've tried. Haven't had kids. I'm like, I've tried. No, I can't imagine. I have had my own ups and downs with weight and things. I'm
And you look great, by the way.
ex-athlete.
Yeah, you
Thank
do.
you. I'm an ex-athlete. I was a bodybuilder, so I understand like the low fat, and then also like just that peak week is crazy with water and different things. So like, good for him. I don't know how he's doing that.
Oh, my husband.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's back to eating now. The keto rash is gone,
Good.
and
Was that
yeah.
for a specific reason or just his own personal challenge?
It was his own personal challenge. There was a group of dads in a group who decided, hey, why don't we all do this fast? Like, let's give
That's
up
kinda cool.
food.
I'd
And
be
so
down.
they were in a constant
should
group
do that,
chat,
Pritesh.
just motivating each other. And
I
they,
would. I'm kind of crazy
I
with
wouldn't
that
do it.
stuff though. Yeah.
They'd go for walks. They'd go for and then Stuart does things though, because he does Vipassana
Oh my God.
and he loves that. Like, he'll go sit in silence.
I had this girlfriend. One time she came home, she was like, we should just do this crazy diet for a month. And I was like, I'm not doing this. and
then
she
it
was on
ended.
her own. And she got in great shape. And I like looked exact the same. And I was like, in retrospect, I was like, I should have suffered with her, but I didn't even bother to make an effort.
Well, listen, we can all and at any times really change our body. We have that power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your body will look as you treat it.
Yeah. Hey, I want to make a shout out to Genevieve, who's also like professional ice skater. As
Wow,
Yeah.
We just had one on and now you are?
Yeah.
Dang, this is
That's so
crazy.
cool.
Go watch her
Yeah.
Instagram. She does
Well,
these
you don't even
amazing
really,
things.
you don't even see it there. I have the videos also.
That's
Skating.
awesome. Good for you.
That's why I got into bodybuilding after that, because I was so addicted to like, it's almost like a sickness the way my life was from 5 years old until 23, right? Like it's like I came down from that by finding like powerlifting and then bodybuilding for a while and then finally taking like a break, which has been the last.
But I want to ask you about
That is-
bodybuilding. That's so interesting.
Yeah.
So like, when you say your bodybuilding was a person, were you like competing?
Yeah, I also did a lot of fitness modeling. I was the female face for World Gym Global for a bit. That 1 year.
So you're on like this, I'm assuming you're on like super strict. Were you on
I was, yeah.
6
So
times
that's
a day
why
eating?
I completely understand. Oh, it varied, like different competitions, different things. Like honestly, when I retired from skating, I just wanted a break from certain things. Like I'm gonna say around 9, starting at 9 years old, I would wake up in the morning, go skate, get to school late every day.
Wow.
Go to school, leave school early every day at 1:30 p.m., get the homework I'd have to do for later that I'm missing, and then the other homework. Go skate for a few hours, do whatever off-ice training was that day, whether it was like weight training, like Pilates, a lot of ballet, sport specific training, go home, do my homework, go to bed. And that was my
What a
teenage
miserable
years.
childhood this is.
I was 12 years
Sounds
old.
miserable.
I was 12 years old and I was so upset because I couldn't go swimming certain days because you use different muscles and my
Birthday parties, you couldn't stay late. You
the
couldn't eat the
sleepovers,
food.
I couldn't do the
Shazia,
sleepovers.
I'm a model. I know the pain.
Yeah,
I was
I'm a-
throwing up.
yeah.
I was throwing
Yeah.
up at Diddy's parties in the back.
No,
just-
I'm a mother, and I know the kids who are the sports kids or the dancer kids, and that's
rough.
what their lives. You know,
Yeah.
their life is their hobby or sport or
Exactly.
passion.
Yeah.
That's it.
well, I think
let
anything you
me,
do.
what was your heaviest deadlift?
Actually, lighter than my heaviest squat.
What's your heaviest squat?
It was 240.
Damn, girl.
I have video of it.
That's crazy.
I'll show
What was
you.
your heaviest deadlift?
220. It was 2
plates?
plates. Yeah. Yeah.
Solid though.
Yeah.
Wow. Maybe go join the WWE or something.
I honestly wanted to, but I've had like so many knee surgeries and
What?
stuff and
Why
with
are you
skating and just like dislocations, like everything you can think of,
And then she's
fingers,
like, I'm just gonna do
knees, whatever.
stand up.
No, generally I miss performing. I mean, I went to school, like I retired from skating at 23. I
Let me
I got into
transmute my
powerlifting.
pain into stand-up comedy.
It started with bodybuilding and then I missed performing and my undergrad was biological anthropology and then I got into osteopathy. So a little bit of an alternative vibe too for 4
Very
years.
cool, yeah.
And I was miserable in clinic and I missed performing and I got into stand up through someone at my first show and I just fell in love with it the first time I went on stage. And that first show that I did, I was asked to do 2 shows the following week. From other hosts and bookers that were in the crowd, and that was the start of that.
And now you're in the podcast.
Exactly. Here
But
we are.
Shazia, don't you think like you've got to kind of suffer a little bit for your craft? Because I've known you forever, and I feel like you're always miserable. Like you always complain, like, God, I got this audition, I'm gonna quit, and then you book like 1,000 roles the next month.
Oh, I quit like at least 3 times a year. I'm like, I'm done. I'm done. I even recently told all my agents, like, I'm done. Like, I'm done. And
they're like, okay. Well, anyways, we'll call you
And then she's
tomorrow.
booking. I need to start doing that. I'm just
they're
like,
like,
I'm done.
we're just going to send you this audition. Tell us what you think. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll do it. Yeah. But
But you can't escape
it's
it
a
if it's your
love-hate.
path.
It's
It
a
just,
love-hate.
God will always bring it back.
It
You
really,
can try to quit it, and then you can't.
I thought I'm moving to Texas. I'm retiring. I figured this
But
is
you're
it.
too good. Even if you're in Texas, like nobody can do comedy like you can. I know that for a fact.
Thanks.
You look very different than the average Indian girl.
I've never met someone who's 100% Pakistan that can play every type of race background.
Oh, thanks.
What a mix. I'm
Yeah.
still shocked that you're not mixed.
No, I know. Actually, did my 23andMe, and at first they were like, "Oh, you're 99.9% Southeast Asian," and then 4 months later they wrote me back. They're like, "Nope, you're 100%." So
Yeah, you're a thoroughbred.
Do you have those people in LA and you were like, I hate that person that you always went up against? Oh, you totally do. I know you
Course,
do.
look at
I
the
know you
juicy
do.
smile on her face.
I know you do.
Oh my God.
I know because you told me off camera.
yeah,
It's okay.
no, but I think that was like a game. Like that was my 20s, right? And of course you're going to feel that way. You're competitive. You're in your 20s.
Oh, it's my 40s now. Are you kidding me?
Really? No, I'm not that
What?
way anymore
Yeah.
at all.
You're in your 40s?
Yeah.
I thought 60s for sure.
There's
I
the.
thought 30s for sure.
No. I'm 40s now.
Tarun, do you feel like when you go out, did they see you as Indian 100%? Or do they see you as
I used
different
to get
mix?
mixed.
Yeah.
It was more like mixed in the sense of like some white guy like hooked up with his servant in Madras.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Something.
What a great setting.
I have lost jobs because they said I didn't look Indian enough for it. And these are like at network.
Yeah.
When you're at network, you sign the contract. So you're signing away at,
Everything.
40, 50 grand an episode, 13 episodes. This is at Fox. It's between me and this one other person. And then my agent calls and they're like, they thought you were the better actress, but they didn't feel you read Indian enough.
But you have to go through that. Everybody has
Yeah.
those
I've
stories.
I've been told that so
Yeah.
many times. With you, I can honestly, like, it sucks to hear, but I can see that a little bit. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I get it because you look so mixed. I don't feel like I do. And I've gotten it so many times. They're like, you're just not Indian enough. I'm like,
You look pretty whitewashed.
oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I got headshots once, and this guy, he was up for that show Heroes or something to be like the Asian guy. So I guess it was an Asian guy in here, and it was like him and the other guy. and he didn't get it. And I was like, oh, so what happened? He goes, yeah, then I just quit the business. He was like, I couldn't take it anymore. And I was like, you got right to the end. He was like, it just broke me. So now I take headshots. And I was like, oh my
There's a
God.
lot of those
I
stories,
know.
man. There's a lot
Everyone.
of those stories. Yeah.
But it's like, that means you're actually good at acting. And then you actually got to the end. And then
Exactly.
you're
But
like,
it's not always about the
screw it.
craft, as we know. Our business is so subjective. Dude.
But there's got to be
It
this
is.
emotional, mental strength, fortitude to like, even.
You have to keep going,
Yeah.
and it's a game. We all know that. Like she was saying, just because you're the best doesn't mean you're going to
and
get
be
something.
delusional.
Yeah.
You have to be slightly delusional, and you also have to be like stick the path. Like the ego and the mind will play a lot of crazy games on you. You know,
You have to be a little bit mad.
speak for yourself.
Yeah, not like
No, I'm joking.
angry.
I know
like
what
you
you
gotta
mean.
be like,
You're gonna be a
oh,
little cray-cray.
you could just keep telling me no, and I'm back again.
Yeah.
I'll figure out my retirement someday.
Yeah.
I miss you a lot.
I
mean,
miss-
honestly, I miss having those
yeah.
friendships of like people I can hang out with. And
Agreed.
Also, you were my gateway to other hot chicks, so I could.
I'm sorry.
Tarun, I'm right here, dude. We can.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I do miss LA. I miss my friends here. I miss the culture of like my industry friends and being able to talk about work because there's not very many people I can talk about it to in Texas.
I like hearing that because I feel like a lot of times people will trash the city so much, and I'm like, it's once you
No.
leave.
Yeah.
You take for granted, and I love it too. Look, I hate the traffic. I hate that. I understand a lot of our business can be superficial, but you can cultivate finding your own community. But like the artistry, the food, the diversity,
Yes.
like I love that here. The beauty,
Yeah.
so much to do.
It's a beautiful chaos here.
Yeah.
And as you know, it was kind of funny. I got off the plane and we were walking at LAX and my daughters were like smelling like urine and cigarettes. And they're like, Mommy, what's that smell? I was like, you know what's crazy, girls? My family immigrated to Los Angeles in 1980, the summer of 1980, where I was under 3 years old. And I remember that same smell at LAX.
Wow.
I was like, this smells like home.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of urine and a little bit of cigarettes.
Yeah. And then there's alcoholics and recovering alcoholics. It's
Yeah.
brilliant.
Everyone lives happily together and they're like, listen, I'm not perfect, but here I am. And
Yeah.
we're all like in this madness together. And I think that's what makes it really beautiful
Yeah.
here.
Well, can I tell you, it's great to see this transition into this other chapter of your life. Like you came in here with your kids, and it's great to see you, and you're so happy, and I'm so happy that you're happy. So, Genevieve, I don't really know what to think about you so much, but
He's just happy he didn't wear a sweatshirt.
I just had a drink at lunch before this.
well, we got to get going. So, is there anything you want to plug, by the way, while you're here?
No.
Okay.
Descendants.
All right. Maybe not. Genevieve, where can we find you on social media?
Instagram and TikTok, Genevieve Dube C. Everywhere you can find me.
I'm at SHAZIA PASCAL 77. So now you all know my age.
There you go. Oh, you put it. Oh, I didn't even think about it. Oh, that's ballsy.
I mean, listen, I'm not ashamed.
You shouldn't
I'm like,
be.
I feel good. I think I feel better than ever.
You look great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. And you can find me at the Pritesh Shah.
And you can find me at Tarun Shetty. Thanks, Shazia. Thanks, Genevieve, for coming by. We appreciate you. Thanks, Pritesh, for being here. And thank you guys for tuning in. So please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, forward this to your friends, sponsor an episode, help us out, and we will see you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye.